Hello. Today is July 4th, 2013. Happy Independence Day. Happy 237th birthday to the United States of America and all its citizens. Welcome to episode 5 of Letters from Balconius Maximus. I'm Paul DuBay. When you think about it, everyone who has made it this far in life has because someone has loved you. Many people, and far more than just family and friends. It is in freedom and in liberty I write today to humbly do my best to honor a lot of people who have empowered me to be the free and often loving person that I am and try to be today, because they deserve it, and at the same time, I am embarrassed to say, this is long overdue. This letter is my tribute to all who have served to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America with any real degree of honor in the Armed Forces, Coast Guard, Border Patrol, National Guard, and law enforcement. While this letter is for them, please know that I also thank firefighters, EMS crews, emergency room staff. Thank you for being so helpful to my dad. And first responders of all kinds, right down to Ozzy, the man who recently fixed my flat tire. Getting to this point in my life has not come easy. While growing up in a relatively peaceful rural Iowa setting, since I was 6 years old, I also grew up with the reality of the Vietnam War, conflicting with the teaching, thou shalt not kill. Be good, grow up, turn 18, go to Vietnam, and die. What was the point? Thankfully, education with Mrs. Green and John Gilger, just to name two of great people, proved to be the blessed diversion. And the Vietnam protesters proved themselves right. There were other people who loved the canned heat instead of killing it. They affirmed that I had legitimate concerns, as young as I was, and that I was not alone. Now, making a long story short, at age 20, I became my own kind of peace activist. The sound of peace. It's 4th of July. You can hear birds chirping and children playing in the pool in the background. You've got to love the 4th of July. But I digress. Back to the matter at hand. At age 20, I became my own kind of peace activist, and I've tried to remain so. Doing so made sense. Most people would accept that good parents would never send one of their own children to fight their own battles for them. Similarly, if a U.S. president really believed a war was necessary, the proof I would need would be for them to lead the charge. Then I would follow. Alas, the United States would send 18-year-olds to die for a cause, yet do not trust them to drink a beer until they're age 21. So, there is learning, pardon me, so there is room for our society to advance. At the same time, with age and learning, I came to see that I spent too many hours speaking ill of anything military. It is now time to change that. And part of this goes to the friends who taught me in their own slow ways that it was time to change that. So, to all who dedicated your lives to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America by serving in the armed forces, I am sorry. I beg your pardon, especially for all the times that I have wasted for not doing my part. And I ask that you please accept my apology. You have been unsung heroes for far too long. That said, and for now, thank you to the great state of Iowa for having somewhat realistic policies while being the home of my youth, and the great state of Texas while being the home, my adult home. So who has made all I have spoken of possible? In addition to honoring my parents, I begin by thanking every veteran who served and died in the Vietnam War. Despite the war's motivations, you gave your lives so I could have mine. I cannot thank you enough, but I thank you all the same. Then, the sentiments then the same sentiments apply to those who served before Vietnam and after. In honored remembrance of all of you, I now commemorate each Memorial Day, Flag Day, Independence Day, and Armistice Day, Veterans Day, with tribute to all those who gave and to those still standing. I love you, Uncle Hank. I love you, Cousin David. I love you, Louis. And you guys are just the start. At the risk of looking like a 3-year-old John F. Kennedy Jr., I now stand to salute all who have served with honor in the armed forces and law enforcement. Thank you. May you enjoy this Independence Day and every